SMF MMTs at 7:54 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The market on Pacific Standard Time opens at 6:30 for the buyers and the sellers. That's the public model, naturally so. We are a market maker model because we make prices between those buyers and sellers, constantly being in the middle of every transaction in our market maker platform. And the debit ratio spread that is in the pre-market early in the morning around 6 o'clock that they were done is what the trade management once again was going to be. And roll up, roll over Beethoven is doing exactly roll up, roll over Beethoven for the moment. So the thing about it is in this hour and a half tape, 5 minutes, it'll be 1 hour and 30 minutes of price action. There were several different attempts on several good opening bell trades off of the bottom, but to be sold short immediately. Roll up, roll over Beethoven was told about the price action volatility, which equaled your trade management entry and exit, called the SMF, positive debit ratio spread, between the buyer and the seller in directional price movement entry. We must be clear that we only deal with the truth. So when we're making markets, after we make the call side, the put side of the markets come into play. When they're losing premium off of the highs when you're exiting and they come down in value, that means the opposite side of the trade is gaining value. The breakdown in the first hour and 30 minutes is across the board. The price action volatility means that when SMF called the top of the market on our homepage, when we said we were going to have the first quarterly correction trade, that was January, February, and March. We put the bottoms in, and then we have that bull run in the SMF mathematical yearly price action formulas, made right here live right now. The truth of the entry, the truth of the exit, the truth of the market maker capabilities are here and witnessed live, with the actual transactions being placed and MMTs working together and understanding when to sell to that public model on whatever side that public model is losing money on the call side right now. So the put side's working on an intraday level. The selling right here is increasing as we are talking about the live decline and why the roll up and roll over Beethoven, and why some of the very newest people here cannot deny the truth, which I believe that the public model has never had the opportunity to really know what is behind door number 1, door number 2, and door number 3. All the little tricks and all the little gimmicks and everything that goes on within the exchange model. And outside of that model, you have the analyst community model. You have everyone else that's involved in the public model. Right now, they're taking a distribution because the airways are heavily loaded, and we all knew the truth about high oil. That's nothing old. What Wall Street has been doing in the price action volatility is getting net short the names. Okay? And there was a lapse of time there where the most sensitive equities that are more sensitively tied to the direct consumer would be at jeopardy, and then that's where they would be selling into that and taking their profits. Now, what has happened in the actual marketplace, MMTs, and we are in what we call an SMF index stage 4 category. As of today, with the amount of selling, it would be just like the first one that we said on our homepage there. If you look under indexes and indices, you'll find the truth there. The truth is there. However, this is the second time. And between a bear raid and a bull raid, they work equally, both in directional price movement. The important thing is you making the call side and the put side when these major reversals start to come in play between the public model is the higher institutional and hedge fund managers and all of them people are beating each other up right now. And that's where a lot of the selling and people trying to beat people out on the exit is why we have this, and this is how we've always verified it. True story. And we're talking about it as it happens here in live. It's 7:59 a.m. And this particular movement is about 5 minutes and 50 seconds already. We have seen where many markets have been made early on in the day. We can see why taking that market maker bid off of the bottom and then selling back to the public at the top and getting short all in one transaction is the right SMF market maker behavioral transaction model. And the accuracy and the truth speaks for itself. That's why the public has never been introduced to the SMF model, because we opened our doors to Main Street to give you an equal opportunity so that you have a system and you have the right environment to deal with all of the crooked things that go on out in the world. And it's everywhere. And you
Genome
have to
Sciences,
have
new
a
high,
way.
2936.
2936 on Human Genome. Let's take a look at that one over here real quick. I'm going to come off of that slide, that bid bar. Let's put in HTSI. Wow. Made a high, 2936. We're going to have to do a live video. Anyway, it's in this video. Today's date on this high is 4/12/2011, 8:01 Pacific Standard Time. 3.9 million, a million shares. Nice place to be when the markets are selling off, especially when you own 4,000 shares of it. When you own 4,000 shares of it at the wholesale bid price compared to the current retail price, it's a nice place to be involved in the market.
It's the only one in the biotech that's throttling.
As you're selling off, right, Mr. Schubeck? As you're selling off, this long position is enjoying itself, is it not?
It is.
Oh,
it's called Comeuppets.
It's called, well, it's
Long
called,
MCP.
what it's called is the truth. We
Yes,
got
it is.
Wayne as long, MCP off the bottom. Just remember
Bill's
with the
long
amount.
MCP as well.
Okay, just
86
remember,
pennies.
you better learn that. Roll up, roll over Beethoven and selling into it. Otherwise,
Yes.
you're going to get burned. Your fingers are going to touch the toaster. Anyway, here we are. We're making new highs in Human Genome. 4,000 share position. We own it much lower. This is just mark to market price every day. And the thing about it is, it's nice to be involved when the rest of them are selling down. And we also have some Google for the earnings. Okay, that's a high manageable risk one. However, right here and now, it's nice
High
to
Human
see.
Genome.
Yes, another high. And as we're selling off, so for Bill and Wayne, because these indexes aren't knife hooking off the bottom, you're diminishing. You can get your entry and your exit with a profit as a market maker. However, you better be knowing when to sell, because roll up, roll over Beethoven.
Where's your stop, Bill?
Okay, there it is, Mr.
My stop
Schubeck.
is at 73 pennies. Half a
At
TD.
100%, the high is 2943, 2943 on the print.
That's exactly right, Mr. Schubeck. 45 pennies high.
Hasn't been this high even when they announced the approval.
I'll tell you what, let me end this market index here, everybody. And the trade management was done with S, and we'll do a special one on Human Genome. And we'll get that out there today. On the
Just
stock.
a question.
Wait, ma'am.
On the
On
level 2,
ma'am.
I'm just hitting on the main one. A couple of
Excuse me for the interruption on the tape. We had a market maker that was trying to get in a trade and was talking there, but we had a communication problem. So We made the high on Human Genome. We're going to do a special there. We are selling, so anything that you buy off of the bottom is going to roll up when you get the entry, and you better be selling short on your way out. And I said that in pre-market. Now, that's the trade management. That's what's happening. This is the update, 8:05 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, between the public model, the market maker model here at SMF. Everything that you've seen earlier today, roll up. So you take that side of the market, you roll it over, and you take that side of the market. Then you can come back over here and start getting wholesale. And this is the very same call that I said to sell out at 12:20 up here, because they were going to come back down. And let the truth be the truth. And let the value of the truth speak for itself. That's